Oh, man. God dang it. Well, y'all. Dude, I think we got a problem, dude. I kind of screwed up a little bit. Let me talk to y'all about what I did, man. Let's get into this, dude. Dog. Man, I'm laughing, dude, because I'm goofy, man. So check this out, dog. Not trying to come up with no excuses, y'all. It is what it is. I'm being 100% transparent with you cats, man. Your boy done screwed up a little bit. Now, nothing bad, nothing terrible. I just kind of jumped the gun a little bit because, you know, I mean, let me let you know this here. I don't have a whole lot of time today. So it's Sunday. This video has to be out tomorrow. I had to work yesterday and I was trying to see, oh man, let me see if I can knock this out the way. I can have a little bit more time and I can do it or something. No, bro. So I had to work yesterday and I get here and I'm like, oh man, there was something I forgot to do. And I didn't do any of the before work as far as for the measurements and all of that stuff. Taking all of my baselines on how the car sits right now. Haven't done any of that yet. And then for some other goofy reason, I was thinking, oh man, all I got to do is the ball joints. And then I got to do this and do the rear arms. And then bam, I'll be good to go. Wrong again. So this is what I be talking about. It's like I be so pressed for time, dog. I be trying to hurry up just so I can get the video, so I can get a video out. You know, like I said, not that I'm trying to rush and do content, because I'm just trying to rush to make sure that I'm getting stuff out, just because I'm so limited on my time. Because it's the holidays and it's like extra busy at the job, and you know, between having to cover this and cover that shift because this person don't want to come to work or called out or whatever. It's the holiday season, people chilling. Okay. It's just in my role, that's hard for me to be able to do. But I got some vacation time coming up. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But for right now, as you can see, let's check us out, man. So as y'all can see, your boy was already about to get it in. Boy, I got the car up on the quick jacks. I got everything ready to go. And then even then, I didn't even break loose the lug nuts to be able to get the wheel off easily. You know what I mean? So a whole lot of mistakes was made, man. Just trying to, it could have been because I'm excited to try and get the thing done so I can see what it looked like and see what it feel like. You know what I mean? As far as for, you know, it being lowered and all that stuff, it could be, but it could be part of it too. But like I say, I'll be on such a tight little time schedule. I kind of jumped the gun on this one a little bit. So what I'm going to do, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take the car down and do my preliminary measurements. So we're gonna get into some, you know, the measurements of, you know, where the car is sitting right now, just so we can kind of dial in. Once I put this in, put the springs and the struts on, see how much the car has lowered since then, and then be able to take it for a drive. So I need to kind of document all of that information, at least just for my knowledge. So first thing we got to do here is you got to reverse all of this that I did and drop the car back down, and let's just get everything else started, dog. So let's get that going, and then I'm gonna have to drive the car just to get it to settle back in and all of that stuff. But while we're doing that, that also will give me an opportunity to, because last time I showed y'all what my clearance looked like, I didn't measure it. So I need to measure that clearance so I can kind of have a rough estimate of what I'm going to be dealing with and how do I fix the problem. So let's go ahead. Let's just get the process started, dog. Let's get it cracking. All right now, so I figure this is a good opportunity to show you, give you guys a little bit of a window or some sight into my process. I have to use these little ramps. So I bought 4 of these little ramps for lowered cars, just because when I put these rims and tires on here, it dropped the car a little bit already. So I couldn't just slide the quick jacks underneath the car anymore. So I had to use these, which I knew I was gonna have to get used to these anyways, because I was probably gonna lower the car. So these are gonna be coming in extra handy now that I'm gonna be lowering the car, but I have to put these on there. So now I'm gonna slide the quick jacks from underneath the car and then bag the car off. And then at that point, I'm probably gonna drive it a little bit. And then just to get it to settle, then we're gonna pull into the driveway and we're gonna kind of try and take some of those measurements that I was telling y'all about. So let's get it cracking. All right, we in this thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna bag this thing out. We're gonna drive it a little bit in the cul-de-sac and, you know, get it to settle a little bit, and then I'm gonna come into the driveway, and then at the usual angle that I usually come out of there in. All right, y'all, so peep my angle here. This is usually how I come out when I'm backing out of this thing. And you can see that's kind of how close I am right there. So let's take a look at this. All right. All right. So let's look at this. Where are we sitting at here? Let me see if I can get you guys close in there. So I'm looking like I am about 1.25 inches. Oh my God. So I'm 1.25 inches from scraping on that curb. And that's just whenever I get that's just with my front tire right there. So we say that's 1.25 inches. So now let me bag off a little bit more. All right, so now this is what my tire is when it's on the road, barely touching the driveway. So let's see what we at now. God dang, yo, buddy, your boy about to be scraping, fool. Man, I'm 3/4 from scraping. Any lowering I do, this thing is gonna hit that. Yeah, this thing gonna scrape, fool. All right, y'all, so before we get too carried away, drove the car around the cul-de-sac, got it to settle back down. Whew. Excuse me. Got it to settle back down. And let's take the measurements. Now, there's lots of different ways you could take the measurements on this, on how your static height for your car. So the one that there's 2 that I'm going to do. Man, I might do 3. All right. So the most accurate, I'm tripping. I ain't even talking right now. The most accurate measurement that you can do to get your height on your car is to measure it from the center of the wheel, like right where your axle nut is, where your axle is, to your the bottom middle of your wheel well. So now, in order to get that perfect in the center of this, it's gonna be kind of hard. Well, it may not be hard, but something I'm gonna do that's gonna keep me correct no matter what I do, is I'm gonna put the tape measure right underneath. Oh, let me show you guys real quick, dude, so you can get a good look at what I'm talking about here. So you want to go from the center of here to right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tape measure right down here, so where it can lock in right there, and I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to measure it to the bottom of my wheel well right here. I'm going to take that measurement there. And another thing you could do is you can go from the floor up to your wheel well, to the bottom of the wheel well as well. That's a lot of well, buddy. But you could do that. You could do that also. But the inaccuracy there is going to be dependent on the tread of your tires. So if the tread of your tire is not like it would be from like a brand new tire, to where it's worn or whatever, it's going to be a little inaccurate just because of that. But I'm gonna get that measurement from the floor to the bottom of the wheel well. I'm gonna get those two measurements, and then I'm also gonna, there's another way you can go to. You can also go from your fender, your rocker panel. So I'm gonna do a measurement of the rocker panel, front and rear. And I'm gonna do that same measurement from the center cap to the bottom of the wheel well, and then from the floor to the middle of the wheel well, on front and back as well. So let's get that cracking. So this right here is from the center cap, because I gotta hold that thing. Hold the thing right there, from there to there. And it's about, we'll call that 40 millimeters and 3/4. So let me write that down. 40 millimeters and 3/4. And now let's get the one from the floor. So we're gonna go hit the flow in the center. And that is gonna give us a measurement of, we got 60 there, 66 millimeters and 1/8. So let's take the same measurement back here in the back as well. Let's move on back here. So we're going from the middle of the center cap. You know what I'm saying? That's 40 millimeters. Huh. That makes sense because the front has the most weight on it. And then from the floor to here to the middle is 67. Yep, right at 67 millimeters. Okay, so that's 67 millimeters. All right, so we down here on the flow. So I'm gonna take the measurement from the floor to the bottom of the lip kit right here. That's right at about 15 millimeters. In the front, and in the back, it's about 15 1/4. 15 millimeters and 1/4 in the back. So let's write those measurements down, and then let's continue on with the video. All right, y'all, so those are my measurements. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm measuring in those exact same spots for when we do get the car lower, so we can see how much the lowering is and how much I'm gonna scrape coming in and out of the driveway, as if I scrape. But so the comment that I made to you guys earlier about saying I thought I was only gonna have to do the ball joints, it's more to that too. You gotta do the tie rod because it's a whole kit. So let's look at everything we're about to be installing, and I can show you guys the tool that I got to kind of assist with doing that ball joint. All right, so here we go, man. Is that it? Yeah. We got the Company 23 ball joint removal tool. So that's what I got, man. Got that thing, and this is what it looks like. This is it right here. It's a little rough for wear, but you know. Now, they also, with the tool, they send you this little thread. So this is for you to clean the threads on the ball joint before you pull it out. That way, then you clean the threads to help this thing thread around it, because it's a reverse thread. So righty loosen, loosey tighten is basically what it's gonna be for this thing. So this right there, if you see inside of there, if I can get you to see, there you go, it's threaded in here. So this part would thread into, matter of fact, let me grab the actual part that I'm gonna be putting in. All right, so here's the ball joint. So it comes with the calcium nut and everything already, which is cool, so I ain't gotta worry about that. I just gotta get some cotter pins. Unless it comes with cotter pins too. Yes, it does. It comes with cotter pins. But this, and one on stock one, before you would just put this on there and chase the threads with this guy, to clean the threads up before you actually apply the tool to it. So once you clean the threads with a thread cleaner, then you would grab this guy, thread this onto the ball joint, to the threads on there, which is the same thing that you put on the castle nut. You would run this on there all the way down, and then you'll be good to go. But first thing you want to do is, while it's in your knuckle, that's going to fit right in there like that there. It goes right in, and you see your thread sticks out on the other end. You thread this in here, and then I'm gonna show you guys all of this whenever we install it, but that's pretty much a rough synopsis on how this thing works. So it'll be good, but then I forgot that you have to replace these as well. So we're gonna have to adjust the, take our tie rods off. So yeah, we're gonna be definitely needing alignment, but I'm gonna try and make these match where the other one is, and I'll show you guys how I'm gonna do that whenever we get to that point, when we get to this install. But that's what I have to install that on with. I'm gonna get these bad boys put on. So we'll probably put these on first. That's probably gonna be the first install to do. I'll see, depending on what kind of time I have this week. All right, so like I told you guys, it's gonna be a busy week. I'm gonna have to try and hurry up and get this video edited, set up, and published so it can come out tomorrow so you guys can see this video. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have a second video out on Friday, but I'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to get a second one out, because what I probably need to be doing on that day is probably starting the installs on this stuff. So I'll probably Friday, I'll be setting up myself, trying to set myself up for success to be able to start installing all these parts so we can get this lowering process started. Due to my little screw up behind the 8-ball on this one, but I didn't want to put up a community post. I kind of wanted to just show you guys what I'm dealing with and how I messed up and kind of prevented me from getting started on the install and everything. So I'm gonna have to pretty much set the car back up on the quick jacks. I'll get them on a ramp, put the quick jacks, lift it up, get everything set up and prepared to start doing the installs and all of that stuff. But I wanted to make sure I share that with you. Appreciate you guys. If you did make it this far in the video, make sure that you do like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, also get notified whenever I put out a video. And until that next video, fam, peace.